Okay, and introducing the Australians, they're led out by their captain.
And welcome back to the Trust Arena here in Henderson in Auckland, New Zealand for the first match of the Trans-Tasman Test Series here today between the Touch Blacks from New Zealand and Australia. We've got the mixed open grade here today, the grade that the Australians won by 1 touchdown, 10-9 yesterday, and the Kiwis looking to get back and even the scoreboard. Joining me in commentary, multi-award or gold medal winning World Cup player for the Touch Blacks, George Yonke. Welcome along, George.
Thank you very much, Jason. It's great to be here again. The scene is set. We had a beauty yesterday, coming down to the final seconds with Australia taking the last touchdown to put them up by 1, 10 touchdowns to 9. Expect a beauty today. The Kiwis will be fired up, did their homework and ready for action. A lot of debutants in that team, so they're back, ready to go.
Thanks, George. The Aussies are making their way out to the field now. The team: Benbow, Blackwood, Lang, Nichols, Singh, Springfield, Thompson, Toner, Tuma, Pride, Parker, Michaelopoulos, Mortimer, Nicholas, Opie and Stevens. The players on the sideline for the Australians today are Blackwood and Opie Lukens. They'll be sitting this one out. And the Kiwi team just about to be introduced by the on-ground commentator, led out by their captain, Wiremu Takarai. And there we have the Touch Blacks. Number 1, Tina Ashworth. Number 2, Captain Wiremu Takarai. Drummond, Muatuta, Morris, Hoare, Morgan Pitarangi, Anderson, Rofedu, Woodby, Stanton, Stevens, Osborne, Hodson, Robertson, Bartlett and Ranginui Pukatapu, the coach Hikapene. The players standing down today for the Touch Blacks in the mixed grade are Ben Anderson and Sammy Stanton, one of the scorers from yesterday's match. The referees that we have out there today on screen: Bernie Schrader on the left, Kim Skilly in the middle from Australia and Brett Freshwater on the right. The officials, same as the officials from yesterday, they worked very well, and we didn't need to go to the bunker too many times, George, to get the right results.
Yeah, the only time we needed go to the bunker was when I made a false call, and I thinking it was a touchdown or there was a touch made. The referee on the spot made the correct call, so I don't think I've got a job for the bunker. NRL won't be calling me.
No, well, you never know, mate. They could well be. Well, great to see these two teams out here again. It was an enthralling game yesterday. Very open game. The referees are keeping a big 5 metres, and the Australians prevailed yesterday, 10 touchdowns to 9. Let's see what these teams can bring out there today. The captain for the Australian team is Cameron Nichols, playing in number 8. And the captain for the New Zealand team, as I said, in jersey number 2, Wiremu Takarai, and the vice captain is Tina Ashworth. Right, George, what do the New Zealanders need to do to draw the series level after that narrow defeat yesterday?
I'll tell you what, Jace. Yesterday they played exceptionally well. The debutants rose to the occasion. Expect a lot more. I know a lot of these young players, and I've seen them in action. So if they get their feet right today, expect a lot more touchdowns, a lot more skill, a lot more flair, and then when they get those basics right, because there was a couple of down periods yesterday, if they get that right today, we're going to have a blinder.
We mentioned yesterday a number of debutants in the New Zealand side. You wouldn't have known it watching that game yesterday. You would have expected to be some nerves out there, but all of those young players stood up and competed extremely well.
Oh, they sure did. There was the dancing feet of Robertson Bartlett that was outstanding. The step to the left, step to the right, step to the left, and then right again, and cut through the hole on a couple of occasions. He was an elusive player, and he was on debut. There was a few more which we will mention throughout the day.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Ashton Robertson Bartlett getting a touchdown for the Kiwis yesterday. Mark Hodson as well. Sammy Stanton, who's sitting this one out, but she had a great game yesterday. Rahida Rafedu in number 9 yesterday got a touchdown. Daniel Morgan Putarangi with 2. Tatui Muatuta with 1, and the captain Wiremu Takarai with 1 touchdown. And for the Australians, it was Zara Nicholas, Catherine Stevens and Trent Tuma and Dean Springfield all with 1 touchdown each. But the 2 wingers, Leah Opie-Lukens and Ellen Mortimer. 3 touchdowns apiece, which provided the win for the Australians there. As we have the touch off, the Australians in the green and gold, running from right to left on your screen. First opportunity with the ball as they make their way very quickly up to the try line of the New Zealand team.
Yeah, well read by New Zealand, blocking off a play by Australia, an old faithful one, with the wraparound play, and then working back to the short side there. I think we're up to
Nicholas there picking that ball, that big long pass from the inside player from the Australians.
It's always good to D up that first set of 6. It's there's a lot going on in that one, and we've seen throughout the Test series that first one's been all and vital to the Australian teams, and they've been coming up trumps with a touchdown more often than never.
Yep, you see the Australian defence pushing up high, out wide there, trying to stifle the attack of the New Zealanders. Great work there by Bailey Wardby. He's made his way across the line, looking for support. Oh, the ball's gone to ground, but early on, great work there from the Kiwis. Opened up the Australian defence.
That's the thing with these Kiwis, they've got such good steps. They're the in, out, they do a good step, and then the Aussie recovers nicely, but then bangs again and gets the space.
Well, great work by Wardby, but exceptionally great work by the Australian defence there. They mirrored up on their defenders. They let the guy who got beat chase the player coming through, which is Bailey Wardby, and it worked out well for them. Wardby again, hot on attack. Stepping, unbelievable. Oh, no, the 14 from Australia is called the touch. Dean Springfield, and no objections from Wardby, but that was great footwork from him. Muatuta working the ball out wide. He's got it back on the inside now, working there with Wardby again. Just trying to find some gaps in this Australian defence.
Takeda with the dump. Looks for the follow play.
Well, ball to ground there, and the Australians have got the ball. As we see there, great step.
Whack.
That was Wardby again.
Whack.
Oh, the touch called. Great work there. Great work, Dean Springfield, but equally great by Bailey Wardby.
Yeah, Dean Springfield was pivotal on attack yesterday, setting up a lot of touchdowns, and once again, this time on defence. Try-saving touch there.
Penalty called there by referee Brett Freshwater. The Kiwis inside the 5 metres, and it has been a big 5 metres by all the referees throughout the games yesterday, George, which is good to see.
Oh, great to see. The referee, sometimes can be a major influence in the game of swinging it one way or the other, but they've managed to maintain it, kept minimal to their influence on the game, and let the game go.
Trent Turmer with a big pass out wide to Zara Nicholas. She can't hold on to the ball.
That's a good sign for the New Zealand team. Yesterday they were over squeezed and were unable to make it back out wide to catch those ones. Where they were right in position. So there's obviously some homework done, and they've looked at the video and adjusted their placement in the wing positions. Yeah,
most definitely. Trent Turmer was very instrumental in many of their tries yesterday, and I'll have to keep an eye on his long passes out. Te Awa Morris making some good yards. And Atafai Osborne with the scoop there was the last touch. Couldn't find any support back inside, but an encouraging start by the Kiwis to start with.
And the Goosey takes off, goes for the hole. Nice recovery there by the long arms. I think it was Simon Lang, defensive demon from Test 1. Try-stopping sensation. Back in action today, stopping another beauty from New Zealand.
From Tuma. Mistake there from Tuma on the 4th. He puts his hand up as he goes to the sub-box. Gets an encouraging pat on the head from the Australian coach. There's a penalty for the Kiwis in good field position. They need to take advantage of this one, George.
Yeah, there's a bit of an over-vigorous touch there by our lovely lady friend there at number 2, Mikanopoulos. New Zealand gets justifiably a penalty there.
They've got some subs come on. Number 6 and 14 just come on. Mackenzie Hoare and Mark Hodson have come in. Hodson with the ball now. Feeds it off to Morgan Putarangi. Oh, big long pass from Hoare.
And there's Mortimer again. Goes through the middle. Danyan gets touched by the long arm of the law.
Oh, encouraging set there. We see back on the replay the big pass out wide, but the defence from Australia was up to it, and the Kiwis just couldn't quite get themselves back around to take advantage of that. So Australia now pushing up towards the halfway. Good composure by the Australians. A couple of mistakes there, but they've held the Kiwis out and doing some good yardage there.
Oh, nice driving play. Looks over, winds up, goes long. There we go, once again. Well read by the New Zealand defence. Not over squeezing again that time. Ready for the long pass and shuts that winger down.
Yeah, no, some good work there. Young Nicole Drummond holding her line out there on the wing as the Kiwis look to get some fresh players on the field there. I think we'll get a penalty here for a push. Yes, we do. Kim Skelly there, the referee from the sideline, advising Bernie Schrader there that it was a penalty.
Wasn't so much a push, it was a throw, like a hip flip. Chuck him out there, uses momentum.
Playing touch with Widamu Takarai, captain of this New Zealand side, inspirational captain Bailey Wardby. Takarai, backdoor play, Muatota.
Oh, how about that kid?
Oh,
Te Tuhi.
Showing the disco moves there. Out to Warby. As the play, he's back around the back door again. Oh, they've come back on the right side. They're shut down.
Nice
by
shot,
the
good second
Australians.
phase. Got an
There's one
overlap here,
offside.
going through. Playing
Play
through.
on, play through from the referee. No, we're giving a penalty. No advantage to the...
Yeah, that was clever play for Australia. He was offside. He touched him. He knew he was offside. The ref was going to call it, but he managed to stay on the way to stop momentum and let him get through that gap.
Some great play. Muatota there. Been around the back door a couple of times.
Goes low.
He got the ball. Oh, touch called by the referee.
Nice pick by Stevens there on the link. Catherine Stevens coming in from the female link position to shut that one down. Ashton.
Osborne with the scoop. Robinson, Bartlett calling, pointing, saying they were offside. The referee saying no.
If you have a
they
look at
weren't.
this one, Jace, the Australians from the right side are having a blind slam on these Kiwis. If they figure that out, there's an opening out left for them.
Well, there's disappointing end there. Osborne on the second touch took scoop from dummy half. They did receive a penalty before the Kiwis, so the Australians have managed to hold on. Well, different game to yesterday, George. We had 19 touchdowns. We're 7 minutes in, and we haven't seen one yet.
But we've seen a lot of flair. We've seen a lot of excitement. It's been 7.5 minutes, and look, no touchdowns, but full-on excitement.
There's Tuma. Tuma's on out there. Good yards from him. He's the go-to man for Australia. Pass there from Cameron Nichols, the captain. Unable to find the support player. Ball goes to ground. Kiwis get the opportunity now to make some yards in that area we call the grind. And they're doing well getting their players on and off out the back. Good run across there from Mackenzie Hall.
Mackenzie's
Great
showing some speed. Getting around the ladies. Going on the
great
outside.
run. Oh, he's going to go. He's there. He's got to try. What a try. Mackenzie Hall.
Mackenzie
for the
Hall.
Kiwis.
Taking it to the centre of the post for the kick. Oh, actually, wrong game, but he's just show time. Touchdown in the middle of the field. Beautiful.
Oh, he came on from the subs, mate. He came out the back door. There he is. He scooted across field. He's beat one. He's beat two. He's got on the outside. He's beat three. Again on the outside of the Australian defence. And there's a fourth coming across. No chance there. And the Kiwi, Mackenzie Hall, in for the first touchdown.
Jace, he was too fast for the two ladies out wide. Got around both. He's even too fast for his cap. He left it behind.
Great stuff there. Kiwis, first blood in this second test match against Australia.
Over the top. There's that look.
Oh, we've got a forward pass there. There's a penalty. Great defensive work there by the Kiwis. And one thing that we did see yesterday was the Australians were very quick to score a touchdown when
Nice
they had
drive.
one scored against them.
Young lady getting tight in there.
There's a penalty there to the Kiwis. Just the Australian defence just hanging around in that play the ball area.
Yeah, I think you got that one right, Jace. Once again, the ladies from Australia, the ones that have been what would you call it? The enforcers, actually.
Yep, they are. They're getting up in the face of the Kiwis. They're not taking a backward step. Very aggressive. Ashton Robinson Bartlett working with Atafai Osborne.
Here goes the young
Osborne
bloods.
with the dump.
Nice quickly. See, once again, that pick from the right side link for Australia, which allows them to be vulnerable for the overlook pass.
Oh, great step, but good defence there by the Australians. Up to it, and there's a penalty.
What are we going to call here?
Well, mate, there's been more penalties. That's another one for pushing. There's been more penalties in this opening 10 minutes than I think that we saw in the whole game yesterday. So both teams are fronting up, not wanting to take a backward step here, George.
Yeah, exactly. I thought that one was just lack of control in there, but seeming they've been blowing it. They have to be consistent.
Yep. Kieran Toner working in well there. Picks from dummy half. Oh, I couldn't quite get the ball. Kiwis back on attack very, very quickly.
That's a fight, getting extra yards, getting around the Australian player, putting Australia on the back foot. Touch number 1, touch number 2, in good field position. Tina Ashford taking up for number 3. How about this? In the Australian half with 3 touches to go. On the back foot, Danyon sets him up. Mackenzie looking, gets touch from dummy half.
Oh, good solid defence there by the Australians again, but the Kiwis are asking lots of questions of them. Kieran Toner working hard, trying to get the Australians into good field position. They're making some good substitutes. Two good drives by the ladies.
Here we come. Injection of pace. Nice power scoop. Goes on the outside. Nice read. Didn't get sucked in to try and make the touch too early. Worked with the referee. Referee called him onside. Yeah. Mr. Consistent. Mark Hodson. Well played.
Yeah, Jaden Benbow there just trying to create something there for the Australians. Just wasn't working for him. Dina Ranganui Pukatapu with a good run for the Kiwis. Muatuta with the scoop now.
Here we go. Watch that footwork.
Oh, good work by the Australians, keeping in really tight there. This game is at a blistering pace. The Australians working hard there now. Tuma out the back. He's off again.
Takeda taking 2 touches there. Working hard on defence. Leading from the front. Touch number 3. The work rate of the man. Here we go.
Catherine Stevens doing some very good work there for the Australians. But once again, the Kiwis picking the ball up in good field position. Their line was not under any threat there, which has been great for them. Rafedu back through the middle.
Now what can they pull out of the hat here?
Autumn Rain Stevens looking
nice
to take
up on the drive.
She pulls the defence.
There it is. That's the side we were talking about earlier, Jace, because these ladies from that link girls side are coming in a lot tighter. New Zealand need to expose their right to left. We'll see what happens. See if the coach picks up on that one.
Yeah, they do. Great work there from Kieran Toner, making a good run. Adam Pride with a good drive. Just they don't seem to have the same fluency they had yesterday, the Australians, in that middle part of the field. And there's a lot more pressure from the Kiwis putting put on them. Oh, it's a great pass over the top there.
Nice chop, nice read by the winger. And a lot of claps from the audience. Spectators watching this one. The crowds are coming today with the day off from work. They're ready to support the New Zealanders.
Yeah, good crowd building here today, George.
I'll tell you what, there's a sprinkling of yellow and green out there as well. So we'll see who are the loudest. So far, it's New Zealand.
Kiwis leading 1-0 in the second test match between the mixed open teams.
Mr. Henson, I think we've got a guest speaker today, Steve Roberts. He's down on the field, so we may be going to him shortly if he can hear us down there. Steve, give us a wave if you can hear us. Cool, we'll be coming back to you in 2 minutes. You give us an update on how it's happening down there.
Oh, we'll come down to you right away. Steve Roberts, former Australian captain, and over here is coach of the Japanese men's open side. Steve, how are things down on the sideline at the moment, mate?
Yeah, I think both our teams have definitely done their homework. Green at the moment.
Mate, I said to George before we saw 19 touchdowns.
Yeah, I think we'll see a few more tries coming in. I think both teams are starting to get a little tired.
Yeah, certainly the game's been at fast pace, Steve, and we had 19 touchdowns in yesterday's game, and 2/3 of the way through this first half, and we've only had the one.
Oh, again, New Zealand with good field position.
Great stuff. Great stuff. Thanks, Steve.
Yeah, Steve picked it. New Zealand in good field position inside Australia half with 6 touches up their sleeve. An opportunity to put a well-constructed move together. The ones they've been practicing at their camp.
Muatuta working with Takaray. Both players working together here. The young Muatuta, 2 touchdowns yesterday. Working with Takaray.
Over the
for
top.
The long ball. Oh.
Mortimer, once again, outstanding. She had a beauty, a blinder yesterday. 3 touchdowns and exceptional defence.
Here goes Takaray again. Muatuta No way through that Australian defence at that point in time. Dean Springfield working away. He takes his way to the subs box. Frenetic pace this game's being played at. Oh, good yardage again from the Australian ladies. And yeah, we've got a penalty late into the touch count there. And the Australians.
Let's have a look at this one. Big man on big man.
Tuma there. Well, mate, he sucked that one, didn't he? Hey?
Well, he's a big man. He doesn't go to the ground often. He's a hard man to put on his butt. But, yeah, there may be a bit of milking there.
Yeah, well, the referees got in there.
His milkshake brought the penalty to the yard.
He was a standout player for the Australians, just Trent Tuma. Just probing there, trying to get the Kiwi players out. He was slowly moving forward. Oh, there's a gap there.
Second phase, looking long.
Oh,
in
there's a
position.
Try. That's a touchdown. Zara Nicholas adding to her one from yesterday. A well-worked play there by the Australians. And the long ball, good quick play, just a metre out from the try line. Great play. Zara Nicholas, safe hands, dives over and ties the match up 1-1 after 16 minutes.
At the end of the day, they just come down to beautiful finishing. The winger from New Zealand was almost there, but she managed to get it nice and low and the ball down before the winger could get there to make the touch.
Yeah, there's a poor restart from the New Zealanders. Drop ball on the first touch. Catherine Stevens working hard for Australia now. She's a dummy half. Bringing a player inside, getting the guys back into that middle area so they can work the plays. Michael Singh in 5, Dylan Thompson in 12. Once again, working together to try and pull that defence out. There they go, Thompson.
Loads
Big
up.
long pass again.
Nicole Drummond reading the game like a textbook. She's been on fire reading those long balls. Nothing's getting through her. Ashton getting some great yards and get some love from Mortimer there in the face.
Go back down to you, Steve. You're standing behind the Australian defensive line there. How's the shape looking for them?
Considering they've had all the possession, New Zealand, I think the Australian coach will be happy it's only 1-1. So the structures are there, and even though they're making mistakes, they're holding this New Zealand attack out.
Yeah, we've certainly seen a much better defensive effort from both teams here. As I said yesterday's scoreline, 10 touchdowns to 9, would suggest that whilst the attack was very good, the defence probably wasn't as tight as it could be. And at 1-1 heading into the last couple of minutes here, defence has certainly been key for both sides. So the Australians
Nice scoop going back short
line.
with a cut pass.
And Kim Skelly, referee, looks to award the touchdown. And Patricia Mikolopoulos. Great work by her.
Nice cut play.
Flick pass.
And a
Mikolopoulos
beautiful
holds the ball.
finish. Oh, Mackenzie Hall.
Great work, Patricia Mikolopoulos. And the Australians hit the lead for the first time in the match, 2 touchdowns to 1. As we head towards the last couple of minutes in this
Yeah,
first half.
she was well rewarded. She had a great day yesterday, and that's her first touchdown of the Test series. But she's been playing since 2013, got years of experience and working that link position very well, and rewarded for her efforts with a nice touchdown.
Let's cut back on the inside there. Muatuta just couldn't quite find the player. Oh, penalty there to the Kiwis. Offside play from the Australians. Warby. Bailey Wardby working hard. Another penalty there. Kiwis just soaking up some time here. So get themselves set. Adify Osborne out there with Muatuta. They're working together in tandem. Osborne cuts. Big step off his right foot, just trying to draw that Australian defence out. Working again. Not much room there on that long side. Morris. Back inside. Where's he going to open up for the Kiwis? They're still trying on this right-hand side. And the touch there made by Kieran Toner. Good work by the Australians to hold out the Kiwis there. They got a couple of penalties. Able to mount some pressure. Oh, there's a poor pass. The Kiwis with a final opportunity before the half-time break, and they'll get a penalty. But they might not have a lot of time to work their way up towards the line. Osborne. Robinson Bartlett. Osborne at dummy half. Looking for the long pass over the
There
top
it
of the
is.
winger. And there it is.
Nicole Drummond rewarded for a great half. Dots down just before the hooter, taking the game 2 apiece. Let's have another look, Jay.
Great work there. Osborne out. Looking for the long pass. Shapes.
That's a
Excellent.
fly. Winds
Hard to
up
fly.
with a beauty.
Well done. Great work there. Steve, how did you see that first half from down on the ground, mate? It was pretty intense, and we've got it all tied up at 2-2.
Yeah, as I said, the defence is a lot better this game. New Zealand had a lot of ball, so they're lucky to have a 2-2 of Australia, I think. But I think they'll come out and there'll be plenty of tries in the second half. The players are starting to get a little tired, and the touches they were making in the first half, they might struggle to get in the second half.
Hey, Steve, who have you been watching in the New Zealand team from that game, and who have you been watching from the Australian? Who are the ones to watch out for, buddy?
Definitely from the first game, Robinson Bartlett and partner in crime Osborne. They're the players to watch. But from the first game, that I was very impressed with the number 4 from New Zealand today with his feet. I'm not going to try and pronounce his name because I can't speak Māori, but he's been very impressive today. And the girls have been doing their job very well in defence as well. But from Australia, we'll look to Dylan Thompson, very quick number. He's number 12, and Dean Springfield working with Trent Toom. They'll send a lot of the sweeper plays and look to hit long. So I think there'll be a few more tries in the second half.
Great, thanks very much, Steve. Excellent comments down there. Steve Roberts, former Australian captain, Men's Open, down on the sideline there. And what an enthralling first half. Totally different to yesterday, George, where we saw lots and lots of tries. It was very, very tight out there today. And 2 touchdowns apiece at the half-time break.
It's amazing what video analysts do in this game because they both went home and did their homework. And so it cut down the tries. A lot of great defence. What do you think, Jay?
Mate, it was a fantastic effort, and obviously there was a lot of work done by both sides. Let's have a look at the highlights of the first half.
Stevie, can you hear me? Don't talk back to me.
For those live stream throughout the world, really. We were here at the Trans-Tasman Test Series Day 2 between New Zealand and Australia. We're just at the half-time break of the first of the matches today, the Mixed Open game, of which Australia won yesterday 10 touchdowns to 9. A very much tighter game than what it is today. The crowd's building here on Saturday. We had a fairly good crowd last evening to watch the 3 games, and building once again here today. George, how'd you see that first half? Very tight defence compared to yesterday, where we had a lot of touchdowns scored.
Yeah, it was a game of the grind. So everyone did their homework, went back and worked out what they were doing on attack. So the defence had adjusted. I'm very impressed in how New Zealand have adjusted their defence, where those long passes were catching the girls out on the over squeeze, where they adjusted nicely. Nicole Drummond especially reading it every time and even dotting down in the first half to get one for her efforts.
Yeah, lots of possession for the Kiwis. They came out with 2 touchdowns, that Nicole Drummond one, and a fantastic solo effort from Mackenzie Hoare, which will go down in many highlights packages. For the Australians, their 2 wingers, Patricia Mikalopoulos and Zara Nichols, got their touchdowns. And it's the Kiwis fast on attack early in the second half. And one of the players that Steve Roberts mentioned at number 4, Muatuta from the Kiwis, he's a player to watch out for in this second half, as the Kiwis are looking to get their first blood from this second half.
Step back, Bailey. Looks for the cut pass. Weremu Takira couldn't quite grab that one, but the Australian player was all over him like a bad smell.
Yeah, Bailey Wardby, one of the standout players in that first half, created a few opportunities there. But Steve Roberts, if we'll go to you, and what could you tell us would have been the message from the Australian coach Michael Lovett to his team?
They have to cut out their mistakes. Too many mistakes coming off their own. New Zealand is too much opportunity. You have to defend. Second ball, the ball, they only went 2 tries. One right for them. I think they need to just get a bit more field position. And I think they'll score a few more tries.
Oh, that was beautiful, Steve. You should become a coach one day, man. You had it right. I think you nailed it right on the head there. Yeah, think about that for your daytime job, eh?
They tend to make the same mistakes coming off their own land, so I'm used to saying that.
It's a rarity, though, for the Australian teams. They're usually clinical in that area and not giving too many mistakes.
Yeah, they probably would have been nervous. I know if they win this, they clinch the series, so they're probably trying a little bit too hard rather than just taking their time like they are doing now, and just working it up the field and playing the 40 minutes out rather than trying to make it happen every minute.
Yeah, like you said, it came down to the defence, and the coach would be very happy with all the possession New Zealand had, only managed to let 2 tries in, and one of them was just individual brilliance there.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, that's the thing with the New Zealanders. They do have that individual brilliance, and it's up to the Australians to recognise that and react to it. And as you've mentioned before, the girls have done a fantastic job out wide, reading those players and coming and shutting down.
General announcement, can we just
Hey, one more time, mate. Steve, just tell us a little bit more about Mortimer. She's been exceptional. She got 3 touchdowns yesterday. Her defence has been powerful. Can you just tell me a little bit of background? I heard she's got some martial arts background. Is that correct?
Word for it. I'm not 100% sure, but she's had a wealth of experience. She's been at this level for a long time and plays the same defence structures back at her club side in West. So she'll do a job every day of the week, and she won't let people down. She's very competitive as well. It was actually her birthday yesterday, so she'll be looking to get the birthday present.
Very good.
Great stuff, Steve. Expert comments from Steve Roberts, former Australian captain, on the sideline there. And the Aussies had a chance there to get a touchdown. First one of the second half. Trent Toomer making some good plays there. Had a big long pass out to the left, but unfortunately couldn't find the support play. And it's the Kiwis now making their way forward, deep into the Australian half. And we have a penalty there.
And the young fella's firing up. We got Osborne and Robinson Bartlett on the 5, where they're most dangerous. Here we go with a quickie play step back. Well read by Australia.
Yeah, good work by Osborne and Robinson Bartlett, working in tandem there in the middle, trying to move the Australian defence around, find a gap.
Osborne takes him on the outside, feeds back in, looks for the second phase. Oh, nice work by the Australian female woman.
There's another penalty there.
Looks so innocent there, getting in the ruck, not allowing them to pass wide. What did I do, referee, she says.
Oh, she turned her back. She was trying to get back in that defensive line, but got her hands on the ball there. And the Kiwis look to put the same play on again.
Once again, some great defence by Australia. As our man Steve Roberts said, the coach will be happy with the defence at the moment. They managed to hold these little stars out. Oh, a little flick on!
Well, certainly the play there. Robinson Bartlett tried to get the flick out the back to Osborne. Ball didn't quite go to hand, but some enterprising play there.
Yeah, you saw the emotion from Osborne. He's not happy with that one. He slams his hands together. He goes, there was a try big in there. The young 18-year-old for Kapiti Horowhenua, the outstanding player in the Open Mixed Division this year, and was rewarded with the his first cap for the Touch Blacks.
Tina Ashworth there getting a foot there in the roll ball, providing a penalty for the Australians, and they've now got themselves set up in good attacking position as we come up to the third touch of this set. Kieran Toner working well, driving forward, can't quite keep control of his feet. Adam Pride was looking for the scoop there.
Oh,
Just
nice
no
hard
control.
drive there. Gets a whack in the shoulder.
Oh,
Loving
and
it.
a
The
mistake by the
referee
Kiwis
allowing it
now.
to go.
Both teams just guilty of a little bit of lack of technique in their roll balls. The Australians pleading for a penalty for a rough touch. Referee says, you're not getting it this time.
It's good to see
Kieran
the team
Toner.
showing a bit of love there, eh?
Toner and Thompson working together. Sorry, Simon Lang that is. Lang with the ball. Thompson, dummy half. Thompson.
Oh, that second
quick
phase
play.
once again. Oh, nice pick by the winger. Number 9. Rahira Rofero.
Great work by Rofeta there. There was a try on the call. Try beckoning there for the Australians. But great work as we see on the replay. Pass back inside short. Quick roll ball.
Rofero, that was one of the
Great
pictures of the
touch.
day. She's on debut at 19 years old, all the way from the Bay of Plenty. A lot of touch stars coming out of that area.
Great work. Yes. The Kiwis driving up. Morgan Putarangi.
Mr. Consistent takes a go, shows his heels.
Oh, it's a
He's
touchdown.
off.
Referee Kim Skelly about to blow it and awards a touchdown.
Mr. Consistent, let's call him White Lightning. He is on fire. Takes the pick from dummy half, number 19, always hard to beat, Simon Lang. He's been exceptional on defence, couldn't get that long arm quite there. Feeds off to Tina Ashworth, vice captain, touching down for her first touchdown of the tournament.
Great work by Mark Hodson. Haven't seen a lot of him in the first half, but the Kiwis certainly need him to be more dominant in this game. They take the lead, 3 touchdowns to 2. 7 minutes gone in the second half. Oh, the Australians hit straight back. Number 12, Dylan Thompson, as they did yesterday. Every time the Kiwis scored, the Aussies came straight back, and Dylan Thompson there sneaking below the defenders. Good quick play of the ball, round the back door, steps off the right, gets underneath the defenders. The outstretched arm of Ashton Robinson Bartlett couldn't get there in time, and the Aussies tied back up at 3 apiece.
Yeah, 2 touches there. Tina Ashworth was pleading for a touch as well, both putting their hands up saying, please referee, I made the touch, but referee says no. Ball down first, touchdown to Australia, 3 apiece.
Kiwis hot on attack. Muatuta.
Jay, Steve Roberts picked it. Dylan Thompson's one to watch out for. He's got the experience. He's been in the Aussie colours since 2010, and he's one player that they look to. Whoa! Once again, they find a hole, but just not quite going to hand.
Muatuta looking for a recount there, says the Australians got a hand on it. Widamu Takarai couldn't quite hold onto the ball.
Oh, just a little bit to the shoulder. Unlucky Widamu.
Yeah. Australians now pushing forward. Cameron Nichols, the captain, hands the ball over in relatively good field position for the Kiwis, but there's a penalty, advances them 10 metres. Not sure what that one was for, but
I think it was you need to give the ball over without delay. So what he did was placed it away from the New Zealand player, which allowed to give Australia an advantage. So
yeah, fair call. There's number 6, Mackenzie Hoare. Can he do the same as he did in the first half? The Australians are under him that time. Hoare again pushing forward.
there's a Tasman combination there with Nicole Drummond.
Morgan Putarangi. Oh, good defence by the Australians.
Danyan scoring 2 touchdowns today. See if he can come into the game. He was a bit quiet in the first half. Here's his opportunity to shine with Mr. Consistent.
Hoare forward. Looking for the long
looking
pass.
to the winger.
Good touchdown. Good touch there by the Australians. holding their line well. Steve, we're just coming up to 10 minutes in the second half. What are you noticing down there from the sideline, mate?
I was going to say the cracks are starting to open up, but they seem to be still holding each other out. So it takes away my prediction from the first half that there'll be a lot of tries. But the New Zealand wingers, girls, have done fantastic. You know, the touch in the corner here by the number 9, and then the experience by Tina Ashworth to score that try. That was fantastic. So I don't know, it's still tight.
Oh, on the outside. Sorry, Steve, I got a little bit excited there. A bit premature too. So back to you, buddy.
Touch. No, again, the New Zealand have got a lot of backfield position, so I think they need to make it count, though. The Australian defence is going well.
Yeah, you're right. They have had the majority of the ball, and whilst they've got 3 touchdowns, the score is still 3-all. And given the amount of possession they've had both in the first half and in this last couple of minutes here, they really need to come up with some more points on the board.
Well, they've missed a few opportunities. There's been 2 over the line. One definitely could have been a try, and one 50-50. So they really need to take those opportunities because Australia tend to take theirs.
Exactly, Steve. And as you saw, they got a fresh set of 6 on the line. They really need to capitalise on those opportunities to get a touchdown up and relieve some of the pressure that's on them.
Well, look at this from the Australians. Great drive straight away. Scoop from
Punishing
dummy
tackle
half.
on the
They're over the
outside.
line. Looking for the support. Oh, unlucky.
There's that man again, Dylan Thompson, showing the experience, picking at the right time.
Yeah, Dylan Thompson, Steve Roberts said he was one to watch. Here we'll have a look here. Great scoop. Just too much pace there. Ball in 2 hands. Out in front of him. Looking for the support play. Good mirroring defence there by the Kiwis, though. Able to nullify the great run from Thompson.
Rauwhero is coming into her own in this one. She's had a couple of good picks there. She looked to shut on one, and that time she mirrored beautifully. Well done to the girl from the Bay of Plenty.
Bailey Wardby had a lot in the first half. He hasn't been so dominant here in the second half. He needs to get more involved for the Kiwis up near that line. Miwatuta working hard on defence. Oh, they've got a turnover.
Once again, Australia, uncharacteristic mistake in their own half, giving New Zealand another opportunity.
Yeah, well, the Kiwis are putting a lot of pressure on them in defence, George. They know that they can't afford to get them up, have the Australians get up too close to the line, because they will provide some opportunities up there. So they've been pushing really hard on defence, and they've come up with a good reward for it. Takarai with Warby. Takarai again.
Making those middles work, looking for that follow move, making the Australians nice and tight. Let's see if they go expansive now.
Takarai back door here, Miwatuta looking for the long pass. And I think there'll be a penalty there, looked like a forward pass.
But once again, it was on.
It certainly was. It certainly was, George. Execution just not quite there. Let's see how far the Australians can get out. They've had a couple of errors coming out of their own half. They need to get fresh legs on, and we can see the substitutes going out the back door, and they'll get a full new set of 6 players on.
Oh,
and they have
punishing
done
run
great
there.
work.
There's that man again, carving
Thompson,
through.
look at there it is, and there's the touchdown. Dylan Thompson.
And that lady on debut.
Zara Nicholas in for her second one for today. Dylan Thompson, great work. Ball out in 2 hands. Got the step on Takarai. Looks for the support. Heads to the right edge. And there it is. The mirror defence not able to get picked up there and working for the Kiwis at that time. And Zara Nicholas in for her second touchdown, and the Australians hit the lead 4 touchdowns to 3.
Steve Roberts picked it. He said New Zealand had heaps of possession, unfortunately not capitalising on it. Australia takes a sniff and they get a touchdown every time.
Oh, great work.
There we go. Daniel taking the dive with the left arm. Maybe if he switched over, he may have been able to do the shoulder roll to get the ball down before the inside defender got to him.
Great work by the defence of the Australians.
Looks long.
Long ball.
Chops into a hole.
Good long ball out there by Mark Hodson. Good defence there out wide by Zara Nicholas for the Australians.
She's having a beauty, eh, for debut girl.
She's having a great game. The Australians have got their lead now, 4-3. Still plenty of time left in this game. Great run. Good run by the girls as well.
Oh, look at this. The heads are up for Australia.
Confidence. Cameron Nichols, the captain, pleading with the referee. But the Kiwis get the ball. That's the best position for the Australians to give them the ball deep in their own half. In that far
McKenzie,
corner.
beautiful run. What do we got here? Referee doesn't like something. He calls it off the mark. So what that is Mackenzie Hoare does some beautiful run, but unfortunately took one step over the mark from where he got touched and played it in the wrong position. So that's a penalty to Australia.
The Australians will take their time here now. They'll be looking to set the play up. There it is, backdoor coming once again. Inside.
Nice shot there.
Well, they do that play all the time, don't they, George?
Yeah, they do. And that was read well by Atafai Osborne. He needed to shut him there on the inside because there was no way the other three was going to get there to shut that one down.
James Blackwood working in the middle there.
New Zealand holding them out, 8 metres out. In a good position defensively.
Yeah, good defensive effort there from the Kiwis.
Coming down to the last touch.
Well, there's a really good defensive set there from the New Zealand team. What's the talk down there, Steve? Can you hear much of the Kiwi defensive talk down near that line? Oh, great run there by Autumn Rain Stevens. Muatuta with a good drive. Mark Hodson working in there. Hodson in the middle. Sends that right back into Hodson. Over to Muatuta. Hodson at the dummy half. Picks up, goes. It's on the right-hand side. Muatuta there. Australian defence holding well.
Solid
Very
defence
tight
by
in the middle there,
Australia.
George.
Very, very tight. Solid defence once again by Australia. New Zealand are having trouble cracking it. With all their skill and their flair, Australia have managed to hold them down to 3 touchdowns with all the possession New Zealand has had today.
I've got some feedback for the Australian team anyway. You can take to them later, and that's around their numbers on their jerseys, mate. Why can't they be green? We can hardly see them.
Yeah, exactly. It gives a bit of delay for us. We're having a look to see who's who, and yeah, the big glare out there. Hopefully at home you'll be able to see them a bit easier than us.
Yeah, Steve, bit of feedback for the Aussie contingent, mate. If next time they can put green numbers on the back of the jerseys, mate, would certainly help the commentators out.
We don't want to help too many of the Kiwis.
But they're on their backs, mate. They can't see them.
Here we go. Coming down to the last 3 minutes of the game. New Zealand, 3 touchdowns. Australia, 4 touchdowns. What have they got up their sleeve? Tuma.
Recount.
Opportunity for an intercept, but give New Zealand a fresh set of 6.
Mackenzie Hoare up there working
He goes
with
the
Morgan
maestro.
Puturangi. Tuckaway. He's looking for a break. Autumn Rain Stevens in the middle there working with the guys. Yeah, they need to get that replacement out there. They have Robertson Bartlett on the field now. Just trying to work out what play they're going to put on. The Australian defence is up high. Step back on the right. Looking for the outside for the long ball. Oh, it was on. Execution just wasn't quite right.
The double whack off the left. Shutters coming in. Long ball over the top.
See on the replay, they had it. Just couldn't quite get the pass on the mark. Rahita Rafedo out there pleading for the ball to come to her, but the pass was forward. Tuma, great run.
I can tell you everyone back at home will be on the edge of their seats with this one. With a minute and a half to go, nothing in it. 1 touchdown. Let's see what happens.
Well, the Kiwis need to at least get back to level terms and then force the match into extra time. If they lose this one, they'll go down 2-0 in the series, and this grade will go to the Australians. Well, to me, that's a penalty, and the referees have picked it up. Great play, because it was the last touch. He threw the ball deliberately over the sideline to delay the time there. So he should have been marched 20 metres, mate, instead of just the 10, because now they won't be able to get their defensive line back in play.
Oh, I can see you got your white uniform underneath there, so you're ready to go, Jay. Anytime the referee goes down, you get out there, mate. You caught it like a pro. Here we go, Mr. Consistent coming down to the last minute. See what he can pull through with all his experience there. 19 caps behind him. He's had a few wins under his sleeve. What's he going to pull out?
Osborne and Hodson working in the middle. Osborne back inside to Hodson. I think they'll get a recount there. Yes, they will.
This is what the fans come to see.
Down to the last 30 seconds here.
Bit of youth, bit of experience. What's going to happen?
Hodson,
Gives them a quick Hodson. Bounce back.
The Australian defence is up to the task. Hodson and Osborne working again.
32 pick. Looks long, over
Long
the top.
pass. The Kiwis pushing forward. This could be the last play.
Oh, it's allowed to play on.
The Kiwis need a touchdown.
Oh,
He's
Hodson
over the
through!
line.
Hodson through feet!
They've called it. They've called the touch. It looks like the Australians have held on, and the game's over.
Oh, they're dead on their feet. Australia.
Let's have a look at the replay here. There goes Hodson.
Shows the
Makes
ball,
the break.
goes through the hole, feeds off. She's all over here. Patricia
Mikolopoulos. She saved the day for the Australians, and they hold on to win 4 touchdowns to 3. What an enthralling game. Totally different game to yesterday, George. We had 19 touchdowns. Today we had just the 7.
Yeah, it was a grind today. Everyone did their, like I said before, everyone did their homework about the defence, which shut down a lot of opportunities. Australia was exceptional on that 5-metre line, holding out that young talent and that flair of New Zealand, and only restricting them to 3 touchdowns today.
Yeah, great game there. Steve Roberts down on the sideline. And frenetic final 5 minutes there. The Australians soaked up all the pressure from the Kiwis down on the line there. They certainly had more opportunities down there. They managed to get back and score that touchdown and then hold them out. How'd you see it down there?
Yeah, they definitely took the opportunity when I was there. New Zealand missed theirs a couple of times, and it was lucky the touch was made at the end there, because I think Australia may have been blowing up with the last play being allowed to go ahead. I think that touch was made after the hurt.
Okay, next round of
Yeah, certainly there was a little bit of confusion there. The could well have been blown up just before that, so it would have been some demonstrations, one would have thought, if they had have scored. But all in all, a very, very competitive game. The Australians take that grade 2 games to love. There's still the next game to go tomorrow, but that's one part of the trophy lined up for the Australians, where they've won that grade 2-0. So a fantastic game there by both sides. It was a totally different game to what we saw yesterday. 19 tries in all yesterday, just the 7 there today, 2 all at half time, and it really was a game of attrition out there. The Kiwi team, the Touch Blacks mixed team, probably had more opportunities than what the Australians did, but they couldn't make them count. Touchdowns to Nicole Drummond, who was superb out there. Mackenzie Hall, one solo effort that'll go down on many highlight packages, and he beat 4 of the Australian team running across field. And Tina Ashworth, the vice captain for the Touch Blacks, getting a touchdown, the solitary one in the second half for the Kiwis. For the Australians, Patricia Mikolopoulos got a touchdown and saved a couple as well. Zara Nicholas added to her one from yesterday and picked up a double today. And Dylan Thompson, as Steve Roberts pointed to before the match, was absolutely outstanding. Created a lot of opportunities for his team, and possibly could have scored another 2 or 3 tries off his breaks if it hadn't have been for the good Kiwi chase on the defence there. So their one try in that second half came from Dylan Thompson. So 2 all at half time, and they're out to 4-3, and a very well-deserved victory for the Australians, soaking up all that pressure that the Kiwis put on them. Hika Pene, the coach for the New Zealand team, will take plenty out of that, certainly after yesterday's defensive effort, and there'll be a lot to build on for the Kiwi team. As we said, 10 debutantes, and they certainly got a taste of international elite touch football up against the other most competitive nation in world touch, and that's the Australians. So they take that 2 there. Now let's have a look at the highlights of the second half. And there we see the Australian team after their well-deserved victory today, 4 touchdowns to 3 in what was a superb game by both teams. Went down to the wire, the Kiwis almost getting over the line in the last play of the match. A desperate touch from Zara Nicholas, stopping the Kiwi touchdown, and 4 touchdowns to 3, the Australians defeating the New Zealanders, the Touch Blacks mixed open team. And we'll be looking to head down to George Yonke, who's down with the New Zealand captain and vice-captain Wiremu Takarai and Tina Ashworth.
Hey, George Yonke here from the Touch Trans Tasman 2016 Tech Match 2 between the New Zealand Open Mix and Australia. I'm feeling you guys' pain. You put your heart and soul out there, Wiremu and Tina. Gallant effort. Tell us about it. Yesterday there was 19 touchdowns. Today we only had 7. Tell me what happened out there.
Obviously, a lot of work went into both teams' defence. I think both teams thought that yesterday there was a bit too many tries, and we definitely worked on it. And I thought we did well throughout the game. Just a few through the middle at the end of the grind. They're used to the grind, Australia. They have a lot of high elite touch there. So yeah, I'm proud of the young ones. 11 young ones, and they know what it's all about. And I'm definitely proud of the future of touch in New Zealand.
Yeah, you talk about the opportunity to have high-level touch games all the time. We're in New Zealand, it's a rarity to play games like this, whereas in Australia they're playing it week in, week out. Teen, you're over there in Australia, so you can tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, absolutely. It definitely helps playing touch football all year round at a high level, and you can see that through their speed and the structure of the game. So that really works in their favour. Obviously, they've got bigger competition over there, so that helps with their development. Yeah, I mean, that was a grind, as you can see from the scores. They're really low score, so the tempo went up. We definitely developed in our D, so we did our analysis. Unfortunately, just took some of the wrong options on attack. So, implemented a number of changes, but there were still a few things that didn't go our way. Australia, the better team today. Unfortunate to win, but, the team did good.
Well done and well said. And you did talk about the opportunities there. New Zealand don't get the opportunity to have so many hard games, but the mana you guys had out there and what you did and put it on the line, it came down to actually the last touch of the game. We almost scored there. Well, I say we, New Zealand almost scored there, being a New Zealander. And if that happened, it would have been a drop-off. Would have loved to have seen that. I know you guys are feeling it, but you'll be back tomorrow. You'll be there to represent this black shirt that you're both wearing, and I'm sure you'll do us proud once again. Thank you very much for your time, guys. There we have it, the New Zealand captains feeling it today. I know they put a lot of effort in there. I'm going to go to the Australian captain, Cameron Nicol. He's doing a few stretches. He worked hard out there, so I'm just going to call out to him. Cameron, make your way over here, my friend. He's got a little bit of spring in his step.
Sorry, George.
That's fine, mate. You're looking very good out there, mate. You had a great game. How's the team feeling?
We're ecstatic, which is a natural reaction after getting the series-winning game 2, but it was really tough out there. It's a bit hotter today, earlier in the day. New Zealand were really taking it to us with the drive, so we just had to get into the trenches and into the grind and end up winning, I think, 4-3, which, as you know, George, in a mixed game, that's a pretty low score, so there's a lot of heart in that win.
Yeah, New Zealand put it down to it. They went back to the drawing board after seeing a lot of video. They stepped it up on defence. There was not many tries out wide. Their girls reacted nicely. But more importantly, you guys were outstanding. The amount of tries you stopped, because the percentage of play that New Zealand had was probably 80% compared to your 20%. What do you put on that?
Well, I mean, in the first half, I think we did a quick tally and we gave away 9 penalties to 3. So, you got to expect to do a lot of defence when you're giving away that much ball. They were really sharp, but, obviously I've got to give a mountain of praise to our girls making such fantastic reads on the sharp fellas that they've got. To be able to read the game as our girls did is phenomenal. But, it was really well played by New Zealand in this second game. First game as well. There was one in at both games. So,
Awesome, mate. You obviously got the honey because you got the bees hanging around you, buddy. So that's game 2. Test series won by Australia, but I'm sure New Zealand will come back strong. You'll want to go through with 3-0. First time as captain, 2 from 2. How's that feel?
It feels amazing, but you know I've sort of got a role that is just as a leader. There's the guys like Dill Thompson and the girls like Kat Stevens that are really doing the hard work. I just have to stand in front of the camera and smile.
And you do a great job at that. Look at this beautiful face right here. Congratulations, mate. All the best for tomorrow, but not too much like once I said yesterday. It's going to be a blinder. New Zealand are hurting and they want to take one. So let's see. Test 3, Sunday. Back with you then.
See you, John.
I'm signing out. Touch what a game. Oh, your money in the camera.